What is the hardest green water problem to deal with in swimming pools? Or at the very least, one of the hardest to deal with absolutely has to be green water as a result of copper in the water. And the reason why this is such a problem is simply because it's not the first thing you're thinking. If you have green water, you're thinking algae. You know, more times than not, almost every time it's going to be an algae-related problem, likely a chlorine-related problem. Maybe one of your peripheral chemicals is interrupting your chlorine's ability to do its job, like your cyanuric acid level is too high, or perhaps you just let your chlorine level drop too low, and as a result, you have some algae growing in your pool, and it starts to turn green. But normally it turns like cloudy first, cloudy then green. That's kind of the normal sequence that happens. But sometimes things are suddenly green. And it's a little weird too, because this type of green will look different. And that's what this video is to inform you about, because if you don't know to look for this, you start treating it like algae, which is normally chlorine related treatments or the peripheral chemicals related to your chlorine function. But if you do those, it doesn't make the problem go away. In fact, it makes the problem worse. If you're having copper in your water, and you're adding a bunch of chlorine, you're oxidizing the copper that's in the water, and that's causing this reaction that is turning everything green. That's why you can see so much green in the water, and it gets worse when you do your chlorine treatments. Normally, when you have an algae-related green water problem, chlorine all but universally makes this better, or at least improves the situation. Not so when you have a copper problem. The more chlorine you add, the more you oxidize the copper, the greener the water gets, but it's a different kind of green. There's two kinds of green. So the algae green is like you can't see through it at all. The water becomes murky, and then it just becomes so turbid that you can't see through it at all. There's this like physical plant debris in the way, and you can't see through the water. It just looks green and very uninviting. So a copper-related green water problem is unique, that no matter how dark that color gets, that green, the vibrant green color, you can still like see the floor. You can see all the way to the bottom, in fact. It's just super bright green. In fact, that's kind of one of the hallmarks of it, is it's a bright, vivid green. It's not kind of like this swamp green or olive green or army green. It's more like this emerald green color. And it's, again, the water remains clear despite being green. And so in a residential pool, this isn't happening all the time, but when it happens, you're not looking for this. Testing for copper isn't something that every swimming pool owner is doing all the time, like testing for chlorine, testing for pH. You do those ones. Testing for copper, maybe you do it, maybe you don't. And further to that, it could be somewhat elusive in the way that you test for it. Like when the copper is in the water, if you test for it, bada bing, you can see it. It's right there in parts per million. But if that copper is like plated onto the surfaces of your pool, because it'll do that, well, it's no longer in the water. And if you just do a water test, it's like, no, there's no copper in this water. So it could be elusive in that way. Whereas, you know, some other measurements are a little more straightforward. You have chlorine or you don't have chlorine. It is possible that you're trying to test for these metals and you're not really seeing, you know, anything happen there. And you don't put any chlorine or any copper into your pool. Like that is a thing. Like some algicides are copper based. And if you're putting in a copper-based algicide, then the copper levels in your pool will go up, as will a mineralizer system will often use copper ions as part of how it functions, thereby increasing the copper levels in your pool. You could even have a situation where your heat exchanger on an old heater is failing, and it just one day just gives up a bunch of copper into the pool, probably during an event where there was pretty poor water chemistry happening. And all that copper was in the water, and then it just plated onto everything and turned it green, and it doesn't scrub off. And what's going on here? It's actually got like a hallmark look. The pools in my area, where I do a lot of swimming pool work, there were a bunch of them that were built, old concrete pools at like the really nice houses at the nice area of town. And they were all plumbed with copper plumbing. Like the whole thing from beginning to end was copper plumbing, just like you would have a house plumbed with copper in the 70s. And they used like a thick kind of copper, and it lasted a long time. And, you know, those pools didn't have a lot of problems with algae because copper is a natural algicide. So all of your plumbing being made from copper definitely contributed to you not having algae problems. But those pools took on a very hallmark color, like an aqua blue green color. all of the surfaces, all the steps, the floors, the walls, everything was green in this pool, and all the inside of the plumbing fittings was green. And it was all from this copper oxidizing that the pools were built with. That's why we don't build pools with copper pipes. It might sound good to have a system where you're, just having copper infused into the water directly by function of the plumbing materials it's built with. But that copper deteriorates. All those pools ended up leaking. The copper walls of the pipe were so thin you could just do this and squish the pipes. They were only just held in place by the earth around them, and it's not something that I would recommend. There's a reason why we don't use copper as part of like a mainstream approach to swimming pool water chemistry. Because like I've talked about how it works, and I mentioned that there's some equipment out there like mineralizers which use this technology. It's just not necessarily a reliable technology, and more often than not, it does end up in situations like this where the pool water turns green as a result of copper oxidizing in the water, because you're introducing a source of copper into this water. And sometimes there's negative effects. Like if you have bleach blonde hair and you go swimming in one of those pools, I hope you like green hair, because that's what you're going to be sporting for the next little while. This is the source of that. If you've ever heard that, myth about, people's hair turning green when they went swimming, that's from copper. So that's why this is one of the harder problems in a swimming pool to deal with in terms of green water, because it's not the most common thing. So when you're dealing with the green water problems, more times than not, you're immediately looking for chlorine-related issues. Everybody's advice to you is about chlorine-related issues. You have to know that it's copper. You have to know to test for it. You have to know that it's possible you could still have some in there, even though you just tested and it said you didn't. It could be that it's plated onto the surfaces of your pool and it's not currently floating around in the water, able to be read with this simple measurement that you're taking. Now that you know a little bit more about this, you know to watch out for the hallmark light emerald green, and the water is clear enough that you can see through it. When you see that, I am thinking that this is a copper-related problem. When you have a pool that's green from algae or plant matter growth, it usually went cloudy first. You already can't see through the water before it turns green. Once it turns green, you can't see through that water at all. You can't even see the shallow end steps. So those times I'm thinking algae. So now that you know about it, hopefully you can keep your eyes up for it. Maybe it'll save you a little bit of a headache. Oh wait, I just thought of something. I never mentioned how do you get rid of this copper in your water? And it's dealing with metals in your swimming pool water is challenging. It's one of the harder things to deal with in terms of problems with your swimming pool. And so one of your frontline defenses against this problem is don't have this problem. It warrants mentioning that. Like if you have marginally bad rural water source, like a well, something like this, and has iron or copper or any other metals in there, you might want to think about paying to truck water in just to avoid having problems, and that's why, I say don't add things like copper to your pool purposefully, because you could end up making a problem and now we're going to have to deal with it. So the way in which you deal with it is you're going to need a metal removing product. Like you could go to a product like Jack's Magic is a manufacturer for a lot of metal and stain removing products. That is like a go-to name in the swimming pool industry. Natural Chemistry is another name that I go to regularly for, some specialty related products here. So how do you remove this stuff from the pool? Well, there's kind of two schools of thought with metals in swimming pools. You can either kind of keep them in the pool, but protect them in such a way that they can't really do any damage. That's one of the ways. And the other way is you got to get rid of them, right? So these are your two options, two different approaches to dealing with this problem. And if you want to keep them in your pool and deal with them, why would you do that? It's like, well, maybe you live in a situation where there is no other choice. They're there, all the water has them. What am I going to do? You would sequester or chelate these metals with products designed to do exactly that. And they will bind and prevent the metals in your water, copper or iron or other, from causing damage and staining and things like that. The more mainstream accepted approach here is you got to get rid of these things, right? If you can, you stop introducing them into the water to begin with. So how do you get rid of them? Commonly, you oxidize them. When you oxidize them, like that green color when you're oxidizing copper that's in the pool, once it's oxidized, now you have a chance to get rid of this stuff. Like a certain amount of it will become heavy and float to the bottom, and that's great. But we can encourage that process along using something like a flocculant designed to capture and coagulate these smaller things within the water, and then they sink down to the bottom, and then you can vacuum them to waste the next day, or vacuum them and clean your filter out after you're done. And that's one of the best methods for getting rid of something like metals or copper or iron in swimming pool water. So it's not easy. It's probably one of, as I said, the more challenging things to deal with. And that's why we say, like, if you can, just try to prevent it from happening. If you've already got that problem, then you know at least your options for how you're going to deal with it to get rid of it, and a couple manufacturers that you can look towards for specialty products to help you deal with this problem. If you found this information helpful, please be sure to like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can check out my website, swimmingpoolsteve.com.